What's going on, y'all? Okay, so I'm doing. I know I usually do. I usually only go live for my music ministry and Bible study, but today I'm doing two things at the same time. I'm on my YouTube, which it looks funny looking, but I'm on my YouTube as well as on my Big O Live because I wanted to talk about um, this review. I want to do this review. So hold on, I'll be back. Okay, so this is the deal, right? So about, I want to say it was like I don't know, maybe a couple weeks ago. Not even a couple of weeks. How long has it been since I did my hair? Maybe like 2 or 3. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 days ago or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I happened to been doing my hair and I was looking for something to watch. Right? What's going on? Hey, Rena. So if you see me looking up and down, I'm on my Big O Live at the same time that I'm on YouTube. So I'm kind of like doing both at the same time. So I was trying to find something as I was sharing with my with those that follow me on YouTube. I was trying to find something to watch while I was doing my hair, right? And I ran across this show called Kold and Windy, right? Kold and Windy is a new TV series that is out of Chicago. Have you ever been to Chicago, Rena? I don't know if you've ever been to Chicago, but it's out of Chicago, and it's about music. It's about these independent artists, these two, what they call them, drill rappers, but they're female drill rappers. When I used to live in Chicago, I lived there during a time when Dreezy and Tink were the upcoming artists. Like they were the female rappers on the scene, right? And they was both trying to get deals. They was both like at that point. In fact, Tink, we actually did an event. It was called the Chicago Summer Fest, and Shauna was the winner. The underground artist who won got to open for Shauna, but the ones who were underage, they got to open for Tink. So I got to meet Tink before she blew up. Believe it or not. What's the name of it? It's called, let me write it on here. It's called Kold. It's called Kold and Windy. It's called Kold times Windy. And it came out last year, right? What's going on? How you doing? It came I don't even know what your name is, but what's going on over here? So it came out I think came out in 2023. But when I lived in Chicago, Dreezy and Tink were the artists that was like rising up the charts. They were the ones, you know. I got a chance to meet Dreezy, and I got to kind of work with the team that was working with Tink. So I got a chance to meet both of them before they blew up, right? So Chicago is one of them type of places where the music is the freaking bomb. You know what's going on? I'm not even gonna say your name because your name is deep. But what's going on first? So, oh, you've been in Chicago before, Arena? Yeah. So, when I was there, it was like the underground music scene was really just starting to pop. It was like 2012, 13, 14, around that area. So music hadn't really started changing. The rap music hadn't really changed all that much yet. You know, it was coming. But Tink and Dreezy were the female artists. So it reminds me of them. Like when I watch it, where can you watch it? So see, Rena, you can watch. You got Roku. If you got Roku, you can see it on Roku. But it's all BLK is, I guess, where you actually have to see it through or whatever. But so anyway, what I want you to understand is I am not a TV watcher. I am not a person. What's going on, Kevin? What's going on, Dale? I am not a TV person. I'm not. I'm not a TV person, all like that. So for me to be captured by this particular episode, Kold and Windy is what it's called. Let me type it up here so y'all know what I'm talking about. over here on Big O Live. It's called Kold, Cold, Kold times, it's an X. It's called Kold times Windy. That's the name of the show, right? And it's based out of Chicago. It's called Kold and Windy. Okay. So y'all know what I'm talking about. So y'all can look it up while I'm talking. So anyway, I'm not even a person who looks at TV all like that, but it caught me like from the very first episode, and it to the point where I sat for 8 hours straight, y'all, 8 hours straight watching one episode after other of season one. Okay, yes. So I'm like, okay, where's season two? And I guess I was doing a campaign like, where's season two? Where's season two? And one of the actors, his name is Eric Lane. He actually, I guess he saw me promoting it online, and he actually reached out to me. Arena said the rap has changed a lot. The only ones I like are a few. You know what? So well, I'm gonna get back to Eric Lane. So let me just say this. What happened was I guess, I don't know, the streets realized they can make some money off of it. You know what I'm saying? And once they realized they can make some money off of it, the whole game changed because, you know, the whole game changed because the gangs got into it. And they started really talking about their life, the life they was living on the streets, and how they was making their money and what was going on. They started talking about that in the music, which we know that people have always, artists always talk about their life in their music, you know, whether it's their love life or whatever. I had missing some of your live recently, but I will start next week, and I'm worried about it and everything. I'm going to get back to you on another live about that. So this right here, I'm talking about this show because I got to get this review out, Rena, and I'm going to leave you to go check it out. So this is the deal, right? The two artists, which is Kold and Windy. Kold, real smart, very, very smart. In fact, I don't even know how she got into the game, like really, except for the fact that her mama, who is a shyster and who is a street whatever, left her. You know, I guess she left her. She dropped her off at Gigi's house, which is Wendy's aunt. I think it's her aunt. She dropped her off and she ain't come back. So Gigi, which is the aunt, raised her, right? Raised Kold with Wendy. Wendy is cutthroat as hell. Let me just get down to the nitty gritty. Wendy is cutthroat. Wendy's about the streets, whereas Kold makes her money. Well, she was in season one because she was really trying to get away from the streets. She was really trying to, you know, do right because she was trying to get her child back, right? So she really wasn't trying to be in the streets, and she was trying to do like that white collar type crime, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, the credit card scam. She was trying to do all that kind of stuff. But Wendy's straight cutthroat. Wendy is the type that will she will rob, steal, kill. She don't care. She holds up the gangsters. What the part that really got me, I think, what really let me know that Wendy's a hot mess is when there was that love scene between her and that guy. And after they did their thing and then it rolled over or whatever, and she's smoking her little cigarette and he's laying there, and he rolls up to her and he says, "Okay, you ready for round two?" She picks up a gun, she cocks the gun and lays it in between them and tells him, lay back and be quiet. I saw this is a gangster right here. Oh my God. Oh, she's a mess. Wendy's cutthroat. I feel like, you know, Wendy feels like she needs Kold in order to she wants to keep the group together. She don't want Kold to do the right thing. She want Kold to stay in the streets. She want Kold to do what's wrong, whatever. But Kold was really trying to get out of it. I feel like Wendy's cutthroat. I feel like Wendy's one of the ones that you can't trust her. I feel like you can't trust Wendy. I feel like Wendy is the type that you ever had one of them people that, you know, you just can't trust them. They're your friend and you like them and stuff, but you still can't trust them. It's like the friend that you know they're a thief, but you still let them come over, but you got to keep your eye on them, make sure they don't steal nothing because you know that they steal. You know they steal. You know. Wendy's cutthroat. I don't trust Wendy. I can't wait to see how things pan out. So anyway, back to Eric Lane. Eric Lane jumped on my live when I was talking about doing the review for season 1. And I didn't know who he was. When he jumped up there, I'm thinking he was just somebody who, what's going on, John? I was thinking he was just somebody who had just jumped on, and was going to look at it like me, or had looked at it. So I started off like, hey, did you see, Kold and Windy? What did you think? Da-da-da-da-da. Right? I was going off like that. And then he was like, oh, I'm the one who plays the father. I'm like, oh. So, he's excited about the series. And he was just like, tell everybody it starts August 8th, which was 2 days ago. So I just got a chance to watch it yesterday. I like how they recap, so the people who had not watched season 1 would kind of understand a little bit about what was going on, even though they didn't watch season, in case they didn't watch it. But you've got to go back and look at season 1. You've got to go back to season 1, episode 1. Because when you do that, it's going to make you understand everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because it starts off with, Kold being pregnant because her boyfriend, her baby daddy, got killed in the other episode. So it's just like, you can tell she don't want the baby. She ain't happy about it. Wendy ain't happy about her being pregnant, but Wendy, I guess, is glad that at least she's not competing with the boyfriend. I don't trust Wendy. I think Wendy is cutthroat. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Wendy had something to do with Kold's boyfriend getting killed, because she felt intimidated by him. And she just cutthroat. Wendy is cutthroat. Wendy don't care. Wendy just don't care. So they're trying to blame it on Shelly, which is their op. But I don't trust Wendy. I don't know. I feel like Wendy's one of the ones you just gonna have to keep your eye on, because she will do whatever she got to do. Anytime you can go and just rob people like the way she does, I don't trust her. So I just wanted to give a recap on what I thought about Kold and Windy. I think it's going to be one of the hottest new series. So All Be Okay. I think that must be a new streaming platform. I actually caught it through Roku, but it must be new. But that is going to be, Kold and Windy is going to be a hot series. If you remember how Power started off, if you remember how Empire started off and how everybody was like, good. Everybody, like every day every week we was like on it. The whole world was on it when Empire first came out. The whole world was on it when Power came out. And if you know, when I'm talking about Power, I'm talking about, Power was the bomb. You remember Power. So you remember how everybody, every week, we was like waiting for the new episode of Power Arena. You remember how that was, right? We were the same way about Empire. So this Kold and Windy has that same kind of energy. It has that same kind of, like, I just feel like it's going to be a hit. It's going to be a hit series. I really do. I feel like it's going to be a hit series. Each week, it was like, when I watched episode 1, it made me like, oh, let me see what's about to happen with episode 2. And then when I watched episode 2, I'm like, oh snap, we're episode 3. And it was like each one, it was pulling me in more and more and more and more and more. Did you look at that? Did you go look at the trailer, Arena? Did you look at the trailer? Did you just look at the trailer? I'm telling you. Or are you talking about Power? Yeah, so I just wanted to give y'all an update about that. I just want to talk to y'all about Kold and Windy. I got my sister on the phone, and I was just like, listen, have you seen Kold and Windy? And she didn't know what I was talking about. She was like, what? I'm like, Kold and Windy, the new episode is out. That new show, that new Chicago show. And they like, and still didn't know. See, I used to live in Chicago, so it was like, I'm on it. And I had to tell her about it. When I finished telling her about it, she was like, let me go check it out. I'm like, it got all that in the bag of chips. I don't trust Wendy. I'm just telling y'all. And when y'all look at it, y'all tell me what y'all think. Do y'all trust Wendy? Do you think Wendy has something to do with her baby daddy, with Cold's baby daddy getting killed? Because there's something about Wendy I don't trust. I don't trust Wendy. I think Wendy's cutthroat. When it's like Wendy's not even in touch with her emotional side. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like she don't. She, there's no conscience there. You know, they say this. Yeah, yes. They say it's a big rich town. Yeah, Power was the bomb. Power had me like that every week. Like I would sit there and watch Power, and then if I missed it, I would go back and look at episodes. There's only been certain series that have gotten me like that. There's only been certain shows because I like those kind of high pack, high energy, trying to figure out who did it type stuff. And with the music industry being, a big theme right now, they came out with a hot series. I think some other people have tried to do it before with a music. I can't even think of the name of it. It was about three girls, but it didn't. They didn't put enough something in there because it didn't last. But this one right here, Cold and Windy. What's going on, Anthony? Cold and Windy. Cold and Windy's on. Listen, Anthony, I'm needing for you to go and check out Cold and Windy. It's the new series that's out of Chicago, right? It's when I say it's the freaking bomb, it's the bomb. You gotta go. They're on season 2 now, so I'm suggesting that you go back and look at season 1, episode 1. It's I saw it on Roku, but it's on all BLK. It's all. It's this is the I guess it must be a new streaming platform because I had never heard of it before. Would you say? So, Whitney, Rena, I don't. My babies is grown, boo. I don't have no more little ones in school. My youngest one is 18. 19, and he went to the military. He went to the army. My other ones, everybody's over the age of 21. They 25. You know, 30. I got them all up in there. So I don't deal with school anymore. Yay! I was so happy. Well, when my guy was like, "Hey, school about to start back," I was like, "Oh, for real, when?" Because I ain't got to deal with that no more. I feel so bad for all the mamas. Y'all had to do all the school shopping and all that stuff, and y'all got a whole year of the teachers getting on your nerves and calling you, and you having to do homework with them because you feel like you still in school too. I feel bad for y'all. I'm not on that. I don't want to have to do that no more. I don't want to do that no more. Them days for me is over. Because my son used to keep me. My son used to torture me in school. I swear to goodness. I feel like them teachers had me on speed dial. It's just like I feel like they just went to the office and were like, they was. I was always getting calls. My son had me. Oh my gosh! And I got 4, but I had one. He just had that one to be acting up, but I had one that used to act up like all outdoors. So them days is over for me. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. So yes, I just want to tell y'all about that. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. I want y'all to tell me, do y'all think that Wendy has something to do with Cold's baby daddy getting killed? Because I feel like that would change the game. If Wendy has something to do with Cole's baby daddy getting killed, it would that would turn them into enemies. They would turn them into enemies. It would turn them into, and they've been friends since they was kids. They've been, they grew up in their house together. They did dirt together and all that kind of stuff. And she loves, they love each other. But the thing is, why I say it's possible, because Wendy likes to hold secrets, because she didn't tell Cole that she had been messing around with their op, which is Shelly. She kept that a secret. So she know how to keep secrets, and she threatened the baby Cole's baby daddy before he got killed. She threatened him and told him to leave Cole alone. I feel like she had something to do with it. I feel like she had something to do with it. What you say? I feel at some point, uh, Tell me exactly what you say that again, because I don't know exactly what you meant by that, Brina. Say that again. What's going on, AS? How you doing over here on Big O Live? So Big O Live, I don't usually do more than my Bible study over here. I used to just do the Bible study, but today I just decided to pop on and say hello to y'all while I'm doing my YouTube, and just let you say hi to y'all, so y'all don't think that I'll just be overlooking y'all all the time. You know, I have On the Move Unscripted. So my podcast used to be a radio show, right? And right before the pandemic, I ended up turning it into a podcast. And so On the Move Unscripted, I talk about everything. I interview everybody. Y'all can even see my last YouTube video. I actually interviewed Zamira Israel, who was one of the artists that I interviewed on my platform. So, but I don't usually come on to Big O Live except for when I do my Bible study. But today I just wanted to come and talk to y'all about Kold and Windy. Y'all gonna need to go and look at that. If you like TV, right? Or even if you don't like TV, but sometimes you get bored and you be wanting to find something to look at or whatever. I don't know. Kold and Windy was the bomb. I'm not a TV person, really. I'm mostly doing business stuff on the internet, doing all kind of stuff. But it caught my attention. And since it caught my attention, I'm letting everybody know. How was your week? You know what? My week was good. I'm starting to get back into my books. You know, I had gotten away from doing my books and promoting my books and stuff. I hadn't really been promoting that side of me. You know, when you have a lot of different things that you're doing, sometimes it's hard to multitask. And so I had neglected on really pushing my books, but people love, like people who read my books, they love my books. I've always gotten, great raves on them. So I said, I got to get back into that. I got a book that I had started writing that I said I'm gonna finish. Um, okay, Rena, you're gonna like it, but I'm telling you, start if you can. Start with episode 1. Don't jump right into episode 2. Start with episode 1, verse 1. I mean, episode 1, season 1, so that you understand what's going on, right? So that by the time you get to season 2, episode 1, you understand. Because the first episode, they was really kind of doing a recap and kind of getting you up to speed with where they are now, right? Which I like how they did the recap so you can see what's going on. Because Pop Off, which is Kold's ex-man, is crazy than a hot mess. I don't even know how she got involved with him. Like, she seemed too classy of a girl to even like Pop Off. I don't even know how she ended up with the thug. But then again, a lot of us, we get into relationships with people that ain't about nothing. So hold on. I'm going to tell you what kind of book it is. Hold on, Rena. Hold on, Big Ol' So let's just say that all book publishing companies are not the same, right? Let's just say that. Let me start off by that. So let me switch off of Kold and Windy because I didn't talk about it. I need for y'all to go look at it so y'all can tell me what's going on. So for any of you who you've always wanted to write a book, right? Let's just say, because I always get people who tell me, I got a story and I should be writing a book about it. And they always tell me that, right? And sometimes they ask me, like, how I did it. How did I write my book or whatever? So this book right here is the one that I made the movie out of. If you look on my YouTube channel, you'll see the movie for This Can't Be Love. And this is part of a 3-book series. What I did was I have like 7 published books, but none of them are through the same printer or through the same company, because I wanted to see who was the best. I wanted to find out like who's the best, who gives the the best deals, all that kind of stuff. So I've gone through Author House, What's going on, visitor 6194? I've gone through Author House. I've gone through Lulu. I've gone through. Well, I haven't done Ingram's. What is it, Ingram Sparks yet? But I'm trying to see what's up with them. I've definitely done. Amazon. That what is it? That KDP. What's going on, Truth? So all of them are not the same. That definitely do your research for those of you who want to write books. So this book, it took me probably 2 weeks to write it out by hand, and it probably took me about 3 months to write it up. Most authors start off by writing books about that has something to do with themselves. I think it's the easiest way to start as a writer is to sometimes they'll do an autobiography, or sometimes they'll take parts of their life and create a story around it, because that's just the easiest way to do when you've never written a book before. So that's kind of like what happened with this book. What's going on, Big Nurius, Truth Seeker, Sammy Thompson? So what I did was I took some of my reality, right, and I incorporated it into a story. So the childhood portion of this book is real, but the other part is not. So anyway, when looking for a publisher, I noticed that some of them, they charge you a lot of money up front, right, to even publish. Oh, thank you, Rena. They charge you a lot of money to publish your book, and then some of them charge you a lot of money to print your book. The worst thing I think is when you get with a publisher and they charge you to print it, and then they charge you a lot to get your own copies, because the thing is, to be able to go out and sell your copies out on the streets or at events and stuff, you gotta be able to get the book at a price that you'll make a profit. You don't want to sell the book so high that they don't want to buy it, but then again, you don't want to sell it so low that you don't make a profit. So I found that all publishers are not the same. Lulu.com, I have been with them a long time, and I'm not trying to be shady towards them or nothing, but their cost for printing books is crazy. For this particular book right here, I printed it. I had to redo it. I had to redo my book, and I decided to go through Amazon instead, because Amazon gave me a better price per book, so that I could go out and make, and sell it to people and have them autographing and stuff. But Lulu, the crazy thing to me is they charge me so much for a printed copy, and then if I want them to like sell it on Amazon or Barnes and Noble or something like that, to go through their channel, they was costing me just as much to print it. So they was talking about, if I wanted to say my book was $20, say I wanted to charge $20, I wasn't going to get no royalties, because by the time they paid for the printing of the book and all that kind of stuff, and then the extended, getting into different online stores and all that kind of stuff, the cost was going to leave me with not making any money. And that's if I sold this book for $20. And there's not a lot of people who's going to pay $20 for a paperback book, even fiction. They might pay that much for, regular books or, nonfiction, but they're not going to pay $20-$25 for a paperback fiction novel. So I don't like how Lulu did that. I don't like that. So you definitely, when you're going out and you're getting ready to write your first book or first novel, and you're trying to figure out who to go to, there are places to go to where you do not have to pay upfront fee. There are places. Create Space. It used to be Create Space, but now they've changed it to what is Amazon's thing? It's KD, or is it? Yes, KDP or something. But it used to be Create Space, but it's not that. I think it's KDP now. Kindle KDP or something like that. Anyway, do your research is what I would say. That's the first thing. Do your research so you can see who you want to write your book through. Secondly, I would tell you to start, if you're trying to figure out how to start it off, first figure out what you want to talk about. Are you going to use some aspect of your life, or are you going to use something that you have expertise information in? Are you a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, business owner, musician, uh, I don't know, child care provider, I don't know whatever your story is, whatever you want to write about. You want to break it off into an outline, and you want to start each outline with kind of like almost like a chapter. Like let's say chapter 1, right? Let's say chapter 1, let's say you're talking about let me see. Let me use something fictional. Let's say you want to tell a story about Superwoman. Okay, you want to talk about Superwoman, and you want to start this book. You want to start this book off talking about Superwoman when she was a little girl, right? So you would start your first chapter, that first outline or paragraph. You would say something about her. Superwoman was born on wherever she was born, and da da da, and whatever, however you want to open it, or what she was born to. Maybe you want to start it off with her mama actually giving birth to her. in the delivery room, or maybe you want to start it off with her, having to use her special powers in the 5th grade. I don't know, but whatever it is, all you want to do is a brief paragraph. That first paragraph is going to help you to figure out and speed up your mind a little bit about what you think the second chapter should be. So the first chapter might be 5 or 6, 7 pages because you got to describe this Superwoman. You got to. The reader should be able to read your book and be able to visualize whatever it is that you're trying to say, whatever you're trying to talk about, right? They should be able to do that, right? And then the second chapter, have another paragraph. What do you want the second chapter to be about? So let's say, you already dealt with her when she was in the 5th grade and all that kind of stuff. And you didn't got into who her mama and her daddy was and how she got the superpowers and all that. That was first chapter, right? So now the second chapter, you might want to talk about, when she first fell in love, in high school or something. So you want to write a paragraph about that. So the next 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever pages are going to focus on that paragraph. And then you want to just keep doing that, until you have an outline for a story. Then once you have an outline for a story, then you can go back on your computer and you can start filling it in. Just understand that the difference between writing a script and a novel is with a script, you're showing. So everything has to be, everything is about motion. It's about action. It's not so much about dialogue. It's more about action. But in a book, it's about description and it's about dialogue, right? You have a lot of more. He said da da da. He smiled when he said da da da. When he saw Superwoman jump in the air and jump down, he smiled and giggled and he laughed in his face, and all that kind of. You want to describe it in a way where the viewer or the reader can visualize. But when you're writing a script, you're having the people do these things. So you have dialogue, but you don't have as much dialogue, but you got a lot of action. So you might have the actor say, "Hey, Superwoman, how you doing?" But in the action, you might say, "The Superwoman looked, she smiled, she jumped around, she did a flip, and she's doing all these things because it's about action." And for every page of a script is a minute. That's a quick breakdown, y'all, because I've done both. I've done both books and I've done a movie, and I can tell you that I don't know which one was. I think the book. I'm trying to think which one was the most challenging for me. I've never written a script from scratch, so I don't know if I had written a script from scratch, if it would have been more difficult. To me, books is much more detailed, and it is probably more difficult because you got to make sure that the spelling is right. You can't have no typo errors and all that kind of stuff. You can't, do stuff like that. Whereas with a screenplay, you can have typos. It don't even matter as long as the actors can read what the heck you're saying. Anyway, so I just want to give my thing about Kold and Windy, and I just want to give y'all some tips and information because there are a lot of people who have gifts and talents out there. You have a desire to write a book. You have a desire to do film. You have a desire to do creative stuff. Um, and it may seem intimidating. I have a lot of people who come to me and say, "Can you write my story?" Like, no, but you can write your story. You know, you just have to whatever it is that you want to do. You just have to sit down and focus yourself on doing it. And then just give yourself little details, little instructions. You don't have to write a whole book in a day. You can start off with just one paragraph, and you can just build on that paragraph and play with it and work it and make and be like, you know what, I'm not even going to start on the next chapter until I have 10 pages of chapter 1 or whatever, and just play with it over time. You don't have to feel like you're in a rush. You're not competing with nobody. But just every day when you think about something, think about these characters. You become the characters. You become whoever it is that you're writing about. I feel like when I wrote this book, and my new one has a little bit of a different cover to it, slightly. But like I said, I got a much better situation out of Amazon, so I'll be happy about that. But yeah, I got a much better deal out of this. I didn't lost. I forgot what I was about to say. So, hey, so Miss. So let me, Miss Arena, because I know you can. So, are you feeling better about school? Because I know you said you're going to school. If you are into music and shows, there are Latina show called. Okay, so let me hold on. Let me write this down. Because Arena said, if you are into music and shows, there are a Latina show called the Reina del Flow. Let me write that down. It's called. So where can you find it at? Reina del Flow. Where can you find this? Is it on Roku or something like that? Rena? I'll look and see. Is it on Roku? All right. So anyway, y'all, I forgot what I was about to say about this, but anyway, I'm out doing my books, and you can do it too. That's what I was going to say. You can do it too. I'm at a point in my life where I'm just like I'm trying to figure out what I want to. I want to do this book tour. That's one thing I really do want to do. Um, and people ask me, "Am I ever going to do another movie?" I don't know. I would, if I did, I would have to have funding. If I have funding, I got a couple of good uh, script lines that I could do. I'm good with that. That part was cool. I think when when I go back to thinking about when I was doing the movie, I enjoyed watching the characters act out what I had written. It's something so cool watching the actors like bring your visualization or your ideas to life. Like that's an amazing feeling. Um, Yeah, that's an amazing feeling. But I want to get back out to doing my tours, and I want to do speaking engagements, and if I get an opportunity to make another movie, I probably would. Like I said, I got a couple of them. I got one I'm about to start promoting called Swingers, y'all, and I know y'all probably like Swingers, but Swingers is the bomb. Swingers is not like what you think. It is what you think, but it's not what you think. That book is on Amazon too. So Swingers, my book Swingers is about this married couple, right? And what's going on with Robert Sanders and the married couple, the wife loves the husband, and she loves him with all her heart. They've been married since they've been together since they was kids. They got married, whatever. But her husband got an issue. He got a sexual issue, and so he's always cheating on her or whatever. And she's trying to figure out, how can I get this man to stop cheating on me, because I really love him and I don't want to divorce him. And so he starts going to counseling, or whatever. And she decides to go too when one of his little side chicks or whatever tries to run her over with her car. So she decides, okay, I'm gonna go to counseling. We're gonna go to counseling. We're gonna try to fix this marriage. And so he's basically telling her, well, if you come with me to a swingers club, then we'll be doing this together, and then you ain't got to worry about me cheating. That ain't nothing she really want to do because she don't really want to share her husband with nobody. Like, who really wants to do that, right? But she's just trying to figure. She's just like she's at her wits' end, and she really, really, really loves him. So she decides to go with him one day to this swingers club called Tigers in Atlanta. But when she goes there, it, the way the book is so cool. The way it's not what you expect. It's not what you think. It's like it is, but it isn't, because there's so many twists and turns and things that you're not going to expect. It has suspense in there. It has murder. It has all the things. And it's going to have you wondering and guessing throughout the book, because that's how I like to write. I like to write where you don't know what's going on. You got to read it. You got to read it to understand it. You got to read it to see you got to read it to see the point, to see what's going on. Even with the symbol, you're not going to know what's going. You got to read it because it starts off regular. That's the way all my books are. My books, you don't know what's. I like suspense. I like suspense. I like stuff to keep you guessing. So most of my books, there's an element of suspense in there. There's an element of I don't know what's going on. I don't really know what dark romance is. What is dark romance? Um, when you say dark romance, what does that mean? And you said gang stuff. I'm not into gangs. I'm not into gangs, but I used to live in Chicago, and I deal with the independent artists. So I deal with the rappers and the drill and all everybody, R&B, jazz. I deal with them, and I used to live in Chicago. And so, living in Chicago and kind of living on the west side in the urban community, and then also dealing with artists and stuff, you just kind of like, you end up knowing about it. You know what I'm saying? You just end up knowing about it. And then, it is what it is. What's going on, 6690? What's going on, Emmanuel? So, and I miss Chicago in all honesty. Even though Chicago, doesn't always have the best reputation as far as, being the calmest city in the world. But I don't know. I guess I kind of love the excitement, of it all. Um, and the thing about Chicago that I love is you don't need a car in Chicago because their bus system, their transit system is the bomb. You can literally come out your house, jump on the bus right in front of your house, go around the corner to the grocery store. Everything you need is right around the corner. Everything is right around the corner. Everything, and if it ain't right around the corner, it's a bus or a train right away. Like everything is close. The city is made like that. But what people don't know is that Chicago is a very segregated city. Segregated city. That's what they don't know. Like they have the Latinos live here, and the blacks live here, and the whites live here, and the gays live here, and then all the other people, this Polish live there, and Chinese over there. Like everybody is a very segregated city. You wouldn't even know that, right? But it is. It's very. Everybody has their own little spot. That's so crazy to me too. Everybody has their own little spot. But I miss Chicago. I miss the beach. I miss the hustle and bustle of the money of it all, and just you know. But Chicago is also not. It is cutthroat too, very. So that's why Kold and Windy really got my attention because I've lived there. Like I'm looking at the South Side. I know 69th and all them, because 69th is over there by Stony Island. All that's over there by the the lake, by the beach and stuff. Dark romance means some dark romances do explore lack of consent. Readers who enjoy these books are often looking for sexy and steamy romances with a helping of emotional. It's a catharsis. Dark romances have. So is that like erotica? Is that like erotica? Is that like erotica? novels? Is that the same? Is dark romance the same? I don't know. I'm not sure. What's going on? Unlikely event. I don't know which one. I don't know. So I have my books. My books are definitely not for kids. My books are very explicit. I do, but they always have meaning. There's a meaning behind it. There's always a deep storyline. There's a lesson in it. I always write books with. It's just my books are different. The way my mind runs, it's just I don't know. It's just always like it's never what you really think. There's always something extra with it, you know. So I'm about to be out here in these streets, y'all. Y'all be seeing me out there selling my books and stuff. So I'm about to be out selling my books all over, wherever I can go to do it, in my music and all that kind of stuff. Oh, it's something like that. Okay. So not really. So let me get back to you said how are you feeling about the how you feeling about getting to school, going to school? How are you feeling about it? Because I know you said, Rena, I know you said that you were scared. You said, I'm scared. I'm scared. It's a new chapter on my life. Today, I got my shin orders, and it's good. What are shin orders? I don't know what that is. What's going on, y'all? What's going on over here on Big O Live? So I'm not gonna bore y'all. I just want to come up here and I want to talk about Kold and Windy. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about Kold and Windy. I need for y'all to go check out Kold and Windy, and then I need y'all to tell me what y'all think about it. Hey, all y'all Big O Live, I need y'all to check out Kold and Windy. It's spelled Kold. Kold. Let me put it on here. Kold and Windy, and tell me what you think. Do you think that do you think it's a hot series? It's called Kold and Windy. And do you think Windy is cutthroat? Do you think she had anything to do with Kold's man getting killed? I promise you. So it's on all let me put it on it's on all black. It's all BLK. That must be a new streaming platform because I hadn't heard of it before. But it's that. But I caught it on Roku. Um, yeah, I caught it on Roku. Oh shoot, that's I spelled that wrong. Hold on, it's not that. It's all B L. My fat fingers K. Yeah, yeah. So I want to know what y'all think about it. All right then, Mrs. Rena. Peace and love to you, ma'am. Oh, did you see? She cutthroat. Wendy is cutthroat, and Wendy don't give a darn. You hear me? Wendy don't care. Wendy's one of the ones who will rob you in the middle of the night. She's crazy. She yeah. They went her and that guy went and robbed the people that they did the music video with. Like she cutthroat. I just feel like she will do anything to keep Kold from leaving because she could tell that Kold was trying to leave that life. He's trying to leave the world. She was really probably ready to stop doing music. Like she really was trying to get her family. She's about to get married. You know, she finally got her son back. Like she really was trying to, kind of distance herself. And I felt like Wendy knew that. I would not be surprised if Wendy had something to do with that guy's murder because she cutthroat. She cutthroat. What's going on, Lewis? But it's definitely a hot new series. It reminds me, like I said, of Power and Empire. It really does. How that started off, that's how this started off. So if they keep it on this same momentum like this, and people start really catching a window on it, it's gonna blow up because it had me. It got me, and I don't even look at TV like that. I'm not even a TV watcher like that. So Kold and Windy, y'all. Kold X Windy. Check it out. Go look at season 1. Season 2 just came out on August 8th. They need to be paying me for promotions. Anyway, peace and love, y'all. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to go back to Eric Lane. So Eric Lane had jumped on my live, and he's the father. He plays the father. So he was letting me know that the whole series is going to be the bomb and all that. And he was thanking me for promoting it. And at first, I thought he was BSing. I didn't think that was really him. I'm just like, are you for real? I was like, I'm about to look you up. And I really did, and it really is him. The actor for Kold X Windy actually jumped on my live. That was the bomb. Cause I was just like, well, how'd you find me? And he was just like, it was just a random YouTube, and he just seen me. And I'm like, that's cool. So he just got up there and we kind of talked. He's actually from Chicago, and his character, he is Cold's father. And so with this last episode, he just got out of jail, and I hope he do stay clean. I hope he don't let the streets pull him back in, because it seemed like the streets was going to try to pull him back in. So I hope they don't. I hope they don't. I hope he stay clean. But, sometimes it's hard for people when they get out of jail to stay clean, because, the world makes it so hard for them, even in real life. Look at what's going on. Except for Trump. Trump is the only one I know that can do all kinds of stuff, just get away with everything. No, let me get started. So anyway, peace and love, Rena. Congratulations to you. Oh, you forgot to tell me, what is Shin? SHEIN. You said I got my Shin orders. I don't know what that is. But I'm happy for you with school. I know you're excited. Same with you, Mamacita. Much love to you. And move, Cat. I got my daughter, Cat. He actually get. You ever had a cat? Cats is like humans. I ain't lying. What do you want? Little cat. Cats are like humans. I like cats though. Cats, you ain't got to walk or nothing. They clean. I like them better than dogs. I like dogs, but dogs is a lot more upkeep. So anyway, peace and love to y'all. I will talk to you later. 20 days, y'all, no cigarettes. 20 days, no cigarettes, no cigarettes. I only got 11 more days left, and I will have reached my goal. I started off doing a 30. So for those of you who are on Big O Live, what's going on, Drew? What's going on? Let's go. So I started a 31-day challenge, right? And I am now on day 20. Right? I have not had any cigarettes. I haven't had any cigarettes. I haven't had any candy. I have not had any potato chips. What else? Cookie, candy, potato chips. That's cookie, candy, potato chips. I think that's what it is. And cigarettes. I have not smoked. Although it ain't been easy. It ain't always been easy. Thank you, Rena. Oh, you have a cat too? Can we see it? Let me see. Hold on. Where'd he go? Come here. I got 2 of them. They brothers. Come here. Say want to see. Say hi. Say hi. This is Rocky. Say hi, Rocky. And then where your brother at? Your brother somewhere. I don't know where your brother is. Where your brother? Oh, there you go. Come here. And this right here, this is Victor. Say hi, Victor. Say hi, Victor. Yeah, so they brothers. And they act like human beings. I swear to goodness they do. They act like human beings. They do. Anyway. Thank you. Yeah, they act like human beings. They really do. But so anyway, peace and love to y'all, SAG. Peace and love to y'all. I know I don't always come over here to Big O Live to do. I usually just do my music ministry and Bible study over here, but I just decided to go live today just to see what y'all doing, what's going on, and to tell y'all about this new series and just to check in on y'all, see how y'all doing. So hello to everybody. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. showing me some love. Make sure you go and see that Kold and Windy. What's up, yo, boy, CJ? How you doing? What's that? It's Nisha. What's going on? It's Nisha. How you doing? How y'all doing? What's going on, y'all? So if you ever want to catch me on my YouTube channel, you just want to go to Miss Goins 1119. That's MS Goins 11119. I'm gonna put it on here. What's going on? All right, son. So let me put it up here. It's MS Goins 1119. And so, and for those of you who are on YouTube, so Big O Live is an app that's on your phone. You actually have to download the app on your phone in order to be able to see it. But they have a lot of hosts on there, and they do a lot of shows, and you see a lot of celebrities on there. A lot of people be on there doing their thing, on Big O Live. It's gotten really, really popular. So definitely check it out. Mine is called Patricia. I think mine is Patricia Goins. Just Patricia Goins, I think. I don't know what that little. I think it's just Patricia Goins. Yeah, it's Patricia Goins. That's mine. And I've been on here for a minute now. You said your cat's name is Lucy. Oh, yeah, they cool. They and they play together, so I ain't really got no issues with them. So anyway, I'm out of here. It's 9:00. Make sure you go check out Kold and Windy. Rena, go look at Kold and Windy and tell me what you think. Do you think that Windy is cutthroat? Do you think that she has something to do after you've watched all, whenever you get an opportunity, and you watch all those episodes, season 1, and you watch season 2, episode 1? Let me know if you think that Windy is cutthroat. I think she's cutthroat. I think she can't be trusted. I think that she will do anything to keep control over Kold because she don't want Kold to leave because she feels like that'll mess up the group, So I really feel like she has something to do with it because she threatened him. She threatened her baby daddy. And I watched Windy beat a man down with a gun. So Windy is cutthroat. Wendy will do that kind of stuff. Windy is cutthroat. What's going on? BLQ2BQ and your fine wife. What's going on, y'all? Kold and Windy. And I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that Windy is cutthroat? Do you think she had anything to do with her baby daddy getting killed? Do you think? So for those of you who just popped on, Kold and Windy is about two artists, two drill trap rappers in Chicago. It's based in Chicago, and they're trying to get a record deal. They're the hottest thing on the scene. If you're anybody who's from Chicago, it'll remind you of the time when Dreezy and Tink. You remember when they was battling. If anybody remembers Dreezy and Tink, the two artists that came out of Chicago, when they were there, they were both kind of like, for a minute there, they was battling against each other. They were competing against each other. There was, some little stuff going on, so it reminds you of that. If you are familiar with Chicago artists, and if you're familiar with Dreezy, Dreezy, and Tink. If you're familiar with them two artists, and you were around during the time when they were first coming up before they went mainstream, you know that there was some friction between them. I feel like it was some friction between them and a guy that Dreezy was dating. I feel like there was some tension going on back in the day between Dreezy and Tink, and so Kold and Windy kind of reminds me of that energy from back then. During that period of time. If you're from Chicago, then you know what I'm talking about. You remember when Dreezy and Tink was battling before they went mainstream. They were at it. It was like, and they were both the fire. Both of them was fire. But there was some competition. The only difference is Kold and Windy are on the same team, whereas Tink and Dreezy were independent artists. They were independent of each other. But Kold and Windy are on the same team. However, I don't know. I think Windy can't be trusted. I don't know. So go check it out, y'all. What's up, Divine? What's going on, Ollie? Yeah, so if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm on my YouTube channel and then I'm also on Big O Live. So just wanted to stop and give y'all some love because I don't always stop by. Yo, yo, what's going on, Ali? Yo, yo. I don't always come. I'm doing fine. And you? How you doing? How you doing? So have you heard, so Ali, have you heard of the new follow me? Okay, I will. I'll follow you. Let me see. I followed you. Follow each other. Okay, hold on. Hold on, I gotta figure out how to follow you. Hold on. Okay, I think I followed you. Have you seen Kold and Windy, the new episode out of Chicago? If you haven't, make sure you check it out because it's really, really good. It's like really good. It's on the same level of like Power and Empire. Like, in fact, Empire was out of Chicago, wasn't it? I think it was. Empire was out of Chicago, so it was really, really good. Go check it out. It's gonna be the. Listen, to what I'm saying. It's going to be the hot new series of 2024 going into 2025. If they stay on the same pattern, if they keep it hot like they did with season 1 and all that was going on, season 2 is going to be the bomb and it's going to be hot like Power. It's going to be hot like Empire. Oh, you can't hear me? I've been talking all this time and you can't hear me? Are you serious? Can't hear you, love. Dang on that. I've been talking all this time and y'all can't hear me? Why y'all can't hear me? I don't know why you can't hear me. Is it just you that can't hear me? Maybe can't nobody hear me. Okay, well then I'm gonna type it. Kold and Windy. I'm gonna type it. Go watch the new Chicago TV series. Uh, series. Uh, uh, series Kold and Windy. There. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Windy. Okay. There. Go watch the new Chicago TV series Kold and Windy. Okay. All righty. See you later. And I see y'all later. Peace and love to y'all. On the move unscripted signing out. 20 days, y'all. 20 days. 20 days. No secrets. 20 days. Holla at me. Peace and love, y'all.